So hello friends, welcome to the tutorial. Today we will see how can we create a calculator using Python. Okay, so let's start. So let's import Tinker first. Tinker import asterisk. Okay, now let's initialize the Tinker now using root is equals to tk. Okay, so now let's set the geometry. Actually there is some problem there. Yeah, it's resolved. So now let's set the geometry using root.geometry. Root.geometry, and inside this we will give two parameters, that is width and height. Okay, so let the width to be 430 and height to be 500. Okay, now we will use dot main loop to start the screen. Okay, root dot main loop. Actually we use this so that if the code is ready, so that we can run it. Okay, and we have done this. Okay, but let's comment this and again run this, and as you can see there is nothing. Okay, so we use it so that we can run the code and it will be shown on the screen. Okay, so now let's create a entry widget where we will show the calculations, right? So let's create entry and we will place it inside our root, whose text variable will be, let's say, to be value. Okay, so text variable, we need to create one variable here. So let's create it value. Let this to be string type. Okay, string var. So now let's move forward and let's pack it on the screen. Okay, using grid method, and you should know that grid method uses rows and column to place any widget on the Tinker screen. Okay, so as this is the first, so we need to place it in the 0th row and 0th column here, right? So let's row equals to 0 and column equals to 0 again. Okay, so now let's try to run this, and yes, we have done this. Okay, so now let's create some font here now, which we will show inside this enter widget. Okay, initially when the screen will be visible to us with this. Okay, so now let's create a font as large font. Okay, large font. Font is created using brackets, and inside the brackets we type first value is for the language, and second value is for the size of the font, and third value is for the bold or anything you like, italic you want. Okay, so we will give here Vardana as the language and size to be 15. Okay, so now, and initially we want to set the value to be, let's first set it value equals enter expression. Okay, here we will actually we are trying to show that when the initially the screen will visible to us, so that this expression, enter expression, will be visible in the entry widget here. Okay, because this value is given to the text variable of the entry widget, this entry widget. Okay, so let's try to run this, and as you can see, okay, but this is actually currently so small, so let's make it large using the large font variable. Okay, so we pass the font type in the entry widget. So let's see how can we do this. Here font equals to large font. Okay, font equals to large font here. Now let's run again, and as you can see, this time it becomes some large from the last time. Okay, so actually this is just on one side, so we will try to, let's run again, and actually this is just on the left side of the screen, right? So we will try to make it in the right side as well. So how can we do this? Let's see. We can do this using column span. Okay, so let's first type column span equals to 4. Okay, and ipad x equals to 70. So let's try to run again, and as you can see, this time this comes to the more right side than the last time. Okay, so now let's create some buttons now, and you should know that we use plus, minus, divide and multiply type of buttons, and 1 2 3 and all numbers, right? And we will use equals, so that equal sign to calculate the, and that is we will create a equal sign button, so that when we want to get the result, we can get that using the equal sign button. Okay, so let's first create the button for the plus sign. Okay, button, we will place it inside our root, and text, as you know, should be plus, right? And let the foreground using fg equals to be red. Okay, so, and we need to set one function, so that when we click on plus or any button, it will show to us in the entry widget here, in this entry widget. Okay, so but we will create it later. First let's create some buttons now. We will make the function for the whole buttons at the same time. Okay, so now let's tag this using grid method, and you should know that this should be in the row first and column 0, right? Because the row first has been given to the entry widget. Now come to the button, that is the first button of our screen, right? So row should be equals to 1, and column can be 0 here, right? Equals to 0. So let's see whether it is working or not, and as you can see, it's here. Okay, but it's so small. Let's try to make it large now. So how can we do this? We can do this using the height and width, right? So let's type here inside the button. Okay, so inside the button, let's type height equals to, let's say height equals to 4, and width equals to 8. Okay, so let's run again. As you can see, it's become so large now, enough to see. So now let's create another buttons. let's replicate them using Control D. And there are so many buttons now, so let's set them first, which we will use plus, then minus, and then it will be multiply, and at last it will be divide, right? And the numbers now 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0, right? So these we need to place them on the different places, right? So here, as you can see, we will show them in the different rows and different columns, right? So plus has been assigned to the row first and column 0, right? So now let's go to the minus sign. So we will place it to the second row, and again the column should be same, okay, and row should be second and columns will be same, okay. Now let's it to be 3 and it to be 4, right? So now let's try to run this, and as you can see these are coming, okay. This is in the 0th row, this is in the first row, this is in the second row, this is in the third row, and this is in the fourth row, as you can see here, okay. This is 0 row, then 1, 2, 3 and 4, and as you can match these with the signs, okay. So now let's move forward, and now after placing 1, 2, 3 will be in the same row, okay. We will take 3 numbers in the same row, and the others number in the next row, that is next 3 numbers in the next row, and the next 3 numbers in the next row, and the 0 in the last row, okay. So how can we do this? We will change the column now, column will be just same, okay, but just for the numbers, right? So let's change the column now, which will be now 1, okay, 1, and sorry, here column will be changed, but this will be different for others, right? Means for all the 3 numbers which we want to place now, okay. So 1 and 2 and 3, okay. So now what about the rows? Row will be same, okay. So let's try to run this, and as you can see 1, 2 and here it is 3, okay. So let's try to match them now according to the program, and here you can see row 0 and column 0. Let's make it here some. You can see row 0 column 0, and this is the entry widget, okay, and row 1 column 0, okay. So this is in the row 1 and column 0, right? This is the column 0, this is the column 1, and this is column 2, and this is column 3, right? So these whole buttons are in the row 1, right? So as you can see here, row 1, row 2, row 3 and row 4, these numbers are there, okay. But for these numbers 1, 2 and 3, row is same, 1 1 and 1 for the 1, 2 and 3, right? But the columns are different, column 1, column 2 and column 3, okay. So we will place others numbers in the same way, right? So how can we do that? We will change the next row, but the columns will be same as these 3 numbers, okay. So now let's create the next row. Now row should be 2, again 2 and again 2, okay. But what about columns? Column will be 1, 2 and 3, okay. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so now let's run again the program, stop and return, and as you can see we have now 3 more numbers. Okay, so in the same way we will create the next 3 numbers as well. We will place the next 3 numbers in the same way in the third row. Okay, third, and it's again 3. Okay, so here column should be again 1, 2, and it's 3, right? So let's run again, stop and return, and as you can see we have 3 more numbers as 7, 9, 9. We will change this text here, this should be 8, right? So let's run again. As you can see 7, 8 and 9. Okay, so this is the first row whole and this is the 0th column. Okay, so first row and 0th column. Okay, then first row, then first column. Okay, then first row and second column. This is the first row and this is the third column. Okay, in the same way you can guess them where these should be placed. Okay, so now let's try to place this. Okay, and this we will place in the second row, sorry, in the fourth row, but in the second column, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so this will be in the second column and the next row, that is the fourth row. Okay, so let's run again. And as you can see here, okay, on the right of this we will place the decimal point, and here we will place the equal sign. Okay, so that on pressing which we will calculate our expressions. Okay, here. So now let's create a point here, that is point, decimal point, and yes, so the row will be the same as the fourth row, but the column will be one less, right? That is the 1. So let's run this. As you can see we have created the point and here it is 0. Okay, this is the fourth row and the second column, as you can, sorry, first column, as you can see. Okay, so columns and rows start from 0 and 0, right? So now let's create one more row, one more button for the equal sign, right? So we will place it where? We will place it in the same row, okay, but in the third column. Sorry, it's okay. So now let's run again, and as you can see we have the equal sign. Okay, but we have actually just put these numbers now, but have not created any function or have not used any command for them, right? So now let's give some commands to them. So we will create some functions now. Okay, so let's create functions for the equal. Okay, sorry, first let's create the function for this entry widget, that is everything which will be shown inside this entry widget. We are creating the function for this. Okay, so how can we create it? So let's first declare a variable here, that is expression equal null. Initially we are initializing it with the null string, right? So now let's create a function using tab. This will set the expression, so let's name it as set expression, right? This will take a number or anything which we want. So we will use the expression variable using the global keyword, as we are using the expression variable inside a function. Okay, so expression here. So we want to set some we need to now change something inside the entry widget, right? So anything which will be passed through the entry widget, we want to get it, right? So we will first get it using expression equals to expression plus right, that is anything which will come as the number will be added to the expression string, and after the conversion of the number in the string if it is not a number, right? So now we will set the expression, that is the entry value, to be expression, right? Value dot set using the set function, and inside this expression. So you will understand in detail that what we want to do here, right? So let's move forward. So what this will does, this will actually, we will use this function so that we can pass these express operators or the any numbers here, right? So we will do this using command function, inside which we will pass these values for the plus or for minus or any number. Okay, so we will use the command function here. Command with the lambda, and the function will be, sorry that's wrong here, that's equals. Okay, so command, and we will call the set expression, right? Set expression function. So inside this we will pass some strings, right? That is, here the string will be this. Okay, so let's make it for all, available for all. So we will use copy and paste. Copy and paste again, and that's done. Okay, so first we will pass the plus sign, right? And then we will pass minus, and then the asterisk sign, which is used to multiply two numbers in Python, and the divide sign, and then 1 2 and 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 0 here. Okay, and one thing, decimal point. Okay, actually equals is need to be alone currently, because equal is used to evaluate the expression. Okay, that is anything which we will pass here and want to calculate, we will use this equal button. Okay, so let's now try to run this. And as you can see, whatever we are pressing now, but there is nothing with the equal sign, but with these. Okay, so as you can see, anything which we want to type, we can now type. Okay, but this is not working. Okay, so we will resolve it, we will give some function to this as well. So now we will create one more function for the calculation. Okay, this is just to show whatever we want to calculate, but to calculate we are creating here one more function. Okay, so let's start tab. Okay, with the calculator name, right? Now as you can see, during the calculation we may face some errors, so we will use the try and accept, so that if there is any error we can show that error to the screen. Okay, so let's type try. Okay, so whatever inside the try will be called first and will run first. Okay, so let's type now global expression. Now we can use the that global variable. Okay, means we have declared it as to be global inside this function, so that we can use the expression variable. Okay, so now let's the answer. That is, we are actually creating a new variable here, answer, which will store the answer inside itself after the calculation. Okay, so let's the calculation to be type of string. And how will we evaluate the expression? We will use the eval function, which is the built-in function of the Python or by the Python, and inside this function anything which you pass will be evaluated, like 1 plus 2, this will return 3. Okay, means this is used to, you can say, to calculate anything which is passed inside this function. Okay, so what we want to pass inside this function? We want our expression, right? So let's type expression. That is, first we will set the expression here using this function. Okay, inside the entry widget. Okay, so this will set the our expression inside the entry widget, and we will calculate that expression using this calculator function, and if there is any error we will resolve it using try. Okay, and calculation will be done using a built-in eval function by the Python. Okay, and we are storing the answer in the answer variable here. Okay, so now let's move ahead, and we need to set the answer now, right? Because we have just calculated it but not set it to the entry widget. So let's type value dot set. So what is the answer? It is anything which we get, we will here pass it. Okay, as an argument. So we have done this, but what if there is any error or the user just type something wrong, like 2 times plus or 2 times minus? It will just give us an error, so we will resolve it using try and accept. And if there is any error, then this will be this will run after the expect. Okay, so what you want to set inside the entry widget, if there is any error, so we will show that you have typed wrong. Okay, so we will set the value of the entry widget to be enter correct expression. Okay, so let's type value dot set, and what we want to set, that please enter correct expression. So let's just type enter correct expression, right? And we wanted to be expression to be empty, right? Expression equals to an empty string. Okay, so we will call this using the equal button. Okay, so here command equals to only calculator. Okay, so now let's try to run this. So let's type 1 plus 1 equals, as you can see, but let's type more, plus 1 equals to this. Okay, so it's actually working fine currently, but what if we want to set like we want to clear it, okay, because this is actually adding values now, okay, plus 3 equals to, but it's not actually running from the starting again, okay. So we want these values to be clear, right? So we will create a clear button for this. So we can do this using control D. So we will create a clear button. So if user want to do all the new calculations now, so that he can do this, right? So we will create a clear button, right? So for this we will create a clear function as well, right? So that on clicking on this button, the clear function will get evaluated, okay. So let's now type def clear, okay. So we wanted the entry widget to be clear now. So how can we do that? We will use the expression again, expression variable. Let's first set it to be global and then type expression, okay. So we will make it null, right? That is, we want nothing to be inside the expression in the entry widget, right? So expression equals to be null, right? And we will set it inside the entry widget. So let's set value dot expression, value dot set expression, okay. So on clicking on this button, that is the clear button here, this function will be called, right, using the command. And when this will be called, we will change the expression to be global, and we will set it to be null, and we will set the value of the entry widget as the expression, which is again the null, okay. So let's try to run this, and let's run, and as you can see there is nothing, but you can set something here. So like inside this, if you write something here, it will again set. Let's type here enter, not here, actually here, okay. If you type here enter, but if you do this, then there will be some errors. Let's see how, and let's say okay. So as you can see here, it is enter now, but if you will evaluate now, there will be some errors, okay, because this is not showing results. On clear you will see enter, but it's taking some numbers, right? So this will be a bad thing, because this will not be like a calculator. So we want this to be empty. Let's run this again. So enter expression, then 1 plus 2 minus 3 multiply by 4 divided by 5, okay, equals, not clear, that should be equals. Oh sorry, actually we have done a mistake here. Actually we have not set this, that is, we have not changed the row here, so it's coming in place of the equal sign, right? So let's it to be 5 and column it to be 2, okay. So let's now run again, and as you can see here, 1 plus 2 minus 3 multiply by 4 divided by 5 equals to this, okay. Here we get the value, but on clearing, as you can see, everything gets resolved, okay, everything gets clear. So now let's again calculate something, equals to 21, okay. So it's working, all things fine. So thanks for watching, and one more thing, you will get the link of the whole source code in the description on our website, okay. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos.